Let's read in Luke chapter 22. And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, indeed Satan has asked for you, that he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for you, that your faith should not fail. And when you have returned to me, strengthen your brethren. But he said to him, Lord, I am ready to go with you both to prison and to death. Then he said, I tell you, Peter, the rooster shall not crow this day before you will deny me 3 times that you know me. Things got worse before they got better. And so what are the remedies, to deal with this? So first of all, when we have a problem, pray for the problem, obviously. In this case, there was prophecy of victory and turning back to God. By his stripes you were healed. So we have a word to stand on. So yes, things look bad. Yes, maybe the symptoms got worse. Don't back off the promise. We have a promise of victory. By his stripes our healing is paid for. We have a promise of our needs being filled. He became poor that we are made rich. And so we have these anchor points to anchor our faith in. And so we want to draw upon those. Those words, those promises have already been spoken, so we can cling to those. Pray for the problem. Stick to the Word of God. Prophecy is Word of God. Then be patient. If we're in the middle of a problem, don't back off the promises. A lot of times people, during a waiting period, they'll say, it's not working. Somebody will say, I don't know why you keep praying for me. In that waiting time, they're saying things that negate faith. We have to make sure we don't do that. You can never speak anti-faith because you're going to cancel any work that was in progress. You're going to cancel it. And this is the hardest thing to do, right? Because literally and physically and visually, it seems that things are not working. Prayers are not being answered. That's what we see. That's what we're experiencing. But don't ever let those words come out of your mouth. We have to have the mindset that things are happening in the background that we can't see. And we're going to see that on an upcoming page very clearly. Then, having a positive confession during any amount of waiting time is going to help. Promises of God belong to us. Be confessing them. Then taking up a godly commission. It worked for Peter. Peter entered into service work. He got out of self and he got into service. In the same way, we can close the gap on that waiting period by doing godly things, in the interim, helping other people instead of just worrying about ourselves. And then just repetition, repetition of confession, repetition of, speaking and laying hold of your commission. And so these are the things that Jesus did in this passage that brought forth victory. These are the same things that we can use to bring forth victory.